All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today is October 23rd. We've got a very exciting webinar coming up with one of our many integration partners, Holobuilder. They've been an integration partner with us since last year. Great functionality and excited to get started. So I'm Josh Cheney. I'm an industry manager here at Autodesk, and with me today is Christian Claus. He's the VP of Product at Holobuilder. Phenomenal guy, very in tune with not only job site photo capture, but also the technology behind it, both on the software side and the hardware side. And Christian, I'll kick things over to you to take us through Holobuilder and your integration into BIM 360.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Josh. Pleasure being here. It's amazing to see that there are a lot of new faces, even though we cannot see them, but lots of new people that haven't used Holobuilder before, and some that use both Holobuilder and BIM 360. So I'm super excited to tell you more on how the integration works, and then hopefully have you get started using the integration if you are not already using it today. Just really briefly on what we will cover today, we'll give a quick introduction on Holobuilder in general after introducing myself. Then we quickly talk about the use cases that Holobuilder is being used for. And then we go into really the meat of things, which is the integration between the Autodesk world and the Holobuilder world, where we'll walk through the specifically BIM 360 field integration, then the BIM 360 docs integration, and in the end, we'll show also the add-ins that we have for both Navisworks and Revit. So a couple of interesting integrations which you can also leverage one with the other. To give a real quick introduction of myself, I'm Christian Claus. I'm the VP of Product Management. I've been with Holobuilder for about 3 years now, a little bit more. I'm mainly working with our customers over here in the US. I'm based in San Francisco, even though my accent doesn't really give that away. I'm based on the same street as Josh, just Market Street here down the road. And I work closely with our software engineers in order to build out the product roadmap, in order to define what the next great features are, together with my team of civil engineers and architects and a bunch of diverse construction technology experts. We define together with our customers what the next features are. One of the rules we have here at Holobuilder is that we really never build any feature or any integration or any product without customer buy-in and customer feedback. So that's really what my team does together with me here at Holobuilder. Really quickly to tell you the Holobuilder story and also give a little bit of background on why I have that accent. I'm originally from Germany, and so is Holobuilder in general. Holobuilder started out of a university research. The founders of Holobuilder have been working on 3D, AR, and VR since the early 2000s and have done a lot of industry consulting engagements with big players in the market in order to build out a deep technology stack. They came to San Francisco, Silicon Valley in 2015, 2016 in order to apply all of that technology to the construction industry. And since then, we have become a big team of merging basically the civil with the software engineering world. And that's what we are really passionate about. Since we have come here in about 2016, Holobuilder is now active on about 10,000 projects, a little bit more than that, and is exposed to about 1,000 construction companies. These are mainly general contractors. We do have many owners on the platform as well as specialty and subcontractors using us today. One number here that I'm very happy about, and that's how we initially started. We are working with 52 out of the 100 ENR top 100 general contractors, basically being able to have tested the solution early on with these guys and now made it a really robust and stable solution that is being deployed on many projects in the US and also across the world. On a really high level, for all of you that have not used Holobuilder, some of you this might be a little repetitive. I apologize for that, but we'll jump into the integration in a very brief period. We capture progress. You do a lot of progress on your job sites, and all we want to do is help you tell the story of your progress and communicate that progress within your organization and across organizations together to your stakeholders in order to increase the communication. We basically, and customers can put this much better than I ever could. Kia Construction put it that way. We used to capture pictures. With Holobuilder, we capture progress. And that's really summing it all up. The difference of taking a few captures with a phone is not telling it an entire dialogue. With Holobuilder, we build a system in order to capture that progress. In order to really, and that was the real thesis of how we built Holobuilder, to really speed up the documentation process in order to allow our customers to do this on a daily basis and even doing it multiple times a day if needed. Many of our customers do it a few times a day. Some of our customers capture once a week. We did a study with Skanska that has shown that Holobuilder reduced the documentation time by 80%. So really the time saving of the actual capturing in the field is what we built Holobuilder around. And it's all about telling that story. The construction narrative that is so easy to view and easy to experience, that it's easy to share with your team. It starts very early in the design process where we give you the ability to take renderings from your Revit and Navisworks models, which are basically, think about it as a street view that you can build through your Navisworks or through your Revit model, and then put this online and share it with your customers, even if they don't have a powerful computer and they only have a smartphone. You capture the renderings and make them accessible and improve the communication throughout the design process. During the planning process, you can take 360-degree tours of the existing condition space or the green field in order to communicate what the current situation is to improve bids. And then throughout construction, you document 360-degree images throughout time on the same location, and you can really, in the end, when the facility is complete, have a wonderful narrative of what construction decisions have been taken when, and when how does it look behind the wall, how does it look above the ceiling, and that is really easy to follow and also augment with further information. In the end of all of this, you can download the information and have it offline, hand it over to the owner, or keep it for as long as you need in an offline environment. During the construction, it's all happening collaboratively online. It's a really visual product, so let me jump into a quick video here that shows how it actually works. There are two sides to the Holobuilder solution. First of all, it starts in the field with the capturing. This picture here is a 360-degree camera that we basically use in the field. That it's basically a handheld device that has two lenses and takes with one click of a button a spherical image. This spherical image then is being sent to our mobile app that is available for Android and iOS. It's called the Job Walk app that you will find in any app store of your choice. And it's connecting this imagery to your floor plans and then uploading it into Holobuilder. Let me show you how that end result looks like. Here you have your enterprise dashboard with all of your different projects that you're currently working on. When you open the project, you see your 360-degree image. That is what I was referring to. It's really an image without frame, I always say. With these blue arrows, you have the ability to walk through your site. And in the top left corner here, you have different pins on the floor plan. When you click on one of these pins, you actually jump to that location and see what the current situation is on this location. You have the ability to travel in time. We call this time travel, back and forth, and then compare two different times side by side in order to see what the progress is from one moment in time to another. Again, really visual and very easy to follow. You have the ability to augment that information with 2D information. So such as imagery, PDFs, videos, voiceovers. You can do measurements within the images, as you can see here. And that is why we're here all today. You can create issues that integrates into your BIM 360 field instance and then integrate the HoloBuilder documentation into your existing workflows. Now, what are the values that our customers get out of it? And some of you are using both BIM 360 and HoloBuilder. So some of you will already know that. For everyone else, it's really all about improving the communication. We see HoloBuilder being put on a big screen in an OAC meeting where everyone comes together side by side and can see what is currently going on inside on the construction site and remove all questions and basically accelerate the decision-making time significantly. And decision-making can include accelerating the payments. Once you know how things are currently looking on site, you know who you can pay and who you cannot pay, really helping you out in your day-to-day operational tasks, because many things that you have to do in the office really depend on how things look like in the field. And having that signed with you at all times really accelerate these things. And also having a comprehensive legal record is very important. When you compare the old way of taking pictures, as I call it, with the new way of taking pictures, is basically the difference of having a 360-degree image that always captures 100% of the site that is around you versus taking a few snapshots that are unrelated to each other. So having that walkthrough reduces the risk significantly and gives you peace of mind that you have documented your construction site thoroughly and accurately. And that is increasing the trust among stakeholders and reducing risk. And then finally, the general communication to all of your stakeholders and subcontractors. There's always a good improvement in communication we see by reducing time travel and by increasing the productivity, since everyone is on the same page and everyone knows what is going on. How does it really work? The step-by-step process. So first, we have our mobile phone connected with the 360-degree camera. Now here you see this is the Ricoh Theta V camera. That is a camera from Ricoh, a Japanese company that is the market leader. These guys have been the first to market, and this is now the 5th generation. We have actually won their international developer contest back in 2015, when we were one of the very few companies that allowed you to put 360-degree imagery in the internet and then share that information with whoever you want to share it. We also integrate with tons of other cameras out there, such as the LG, the Samsung, the Insta360 Pro, the Garmin. I could go on and on. It's just that we recommend the Ricoh. It's what our customers tell us, the best trade-off between the quality of images as well as the speed of capture. It takes about 5 seconds for the camera to take the picture and then send it over to the phone. I would love to give you a demo of how that capturing process works, but we don't have enough time for this today. If you do want a demo of it, I'll share my contact information afterwards, as well as if you head to holobuilder.com, I'm sure we can set you up with a demo. At this point, you just will have to trust me. This is hands down the fastest way of capturing your construction site in an organized manner. Once you captured it, this can all happen offline. And once you're done with it, you can go back to your trailer or the office and then upload the information. It's very important that the capturing itself doesn't have to have any internet connection. Many of our customers' projects are really far out there in Alaska, some are underground, so there's no internet connectivity, and it's important that it all works offline. Once you're done, you upload it to either our domestic cloud, which is a US server. We also have servers in other continents, or a local server if you need an on-premise solution. And then every stakeholder that you invite to that project is able to view the data online, just like we have seen in the video just now. So let's dive into really the nuts and bolts of this webinar, which is the integration between BIM 360 and HoloBuilder. We integrate right now with 4 products. It's Autodesk BIM 360 Docs, Autodesk BIM 360 Field, as well as Revit and Navisworks. Let me jump to all of them while spending the most amount of time on the very deepest integration that we have built out, which is our BIM 360 Field integration. Really, the integration has 3 elements to it with BIM 360. First of all, you can log into HoloBuilder using your Autodesk account. That is something that oftentimes gets overlooked, but the power of not needing to remember another password, of not needing to or forgetting another password is really, really powerful when you're a user, just because it saves you time. And when you're an account admin, many of you will know, it's a game changer when you don't have your colleagues emailing you and calling you at all sorts of hours asking you to reset a password because it has been forgotten. So the ability to log in with the Autodesk account that you already have, and as we've seen from the poll, many of you have an Autodesk account, into HoloBuilder, it's just as easy as a click, and we'll go through this in a second. Then second of all, you are able to create BIM 360 issues within a HoloBuilder images. And their use case there is really, you are sitting in your office, you see the latest documentation from the site, and even if your office is just across the street, as many of our customers have it, it's still a time saver, not needing to put on all of that gear and then heading out on site, saving, if you have to do that a couple times a day, saving you tons of hours in the day. And then finally, you have the ability to access your BIM 360 docs and link them to HoloBuilder. Most often, your floor plans live in BIM 360, and there's the single source of truth that you want to keep. You can link those floor plans with HoloBuilder in order not to have tons of different documents in tons of different locations. Now, let me jump into how the integration actually works. Instead of going through another video, let me actually show you how that works in person. If I head over to holobuilder.com, I sign in here in the top corner. This is where, when you click on it, you will be able to sign up. Actually, you will then you can sign in with your Autodesk account, and leading to a hassle-free. I'm already logged in myself. When I log in, this is what I see. I have a bunch of projects in here already. This is something we call the enterprise dashboard. So I have the ability to see all of my projects that are currently going on in my company, and I'm the admin of that. So I see all of the projects. You can also invite managers for regions to it, which only see a subset of this project. In this case, here's all the projects that I've created, and most of those are demo projects. These are the active projects. I also have my archive projects, which is what I mentioned. You can download your projects for handover. They still live here in your archive tab. You have an analytics tab where you see all of the documentation that you have been doing on your company-wide for the duration that you're interested in, and you can also narrow that down by project itself. Now here the statistic is about 3, but if it's a real project that you're documenting, you can then see, has my documentation already happened this week? Has it already happened this month? Or is there something more that we have to document? So really getting also a good understanding of how much is the tool being used, which is always very important. There's the user directory where you have all the people that you have in your organization. It's a 7-tier user management. I'm not going too much into detail. Let's just straightly head to one of the projects. When I click on one of the projects, I see the information about this project, where it is, how many square foot it is, and then I see who I'm invited. I just invited 2 of my colleagues. One is a project viewer, one is an editor. The difference being this person, Myra, can actually edit it while Alyssa can only view it. Let me go ahead and open that project so that you can see what the project actually looks like. I can select the time as we have seen earlier. I can pan around in that picture. I can see here this person that captured it. I have used the automatic face blurring to blur it out. The people in the background, I've used the manual blurring to blur those out, all for security reasons. I have my floor plan, which in this case is straight taken out of a model. And when I click on a location in the floor plan, I'm basically jumping there. And again, I have blurred out information here to be able to share that with external stakeholders. I have the ability to travel back in time. I have my drop down. So here we can see how this project looked like before any remodeling has been done. And then we can jump forward in time and we can actually see how it looked during the construction. And as shown in the video, we have the ability to compare these things side by side to see how the project looks today with how it used to look. So we know what is behind the ceiling, what is behind the wall, where's the backing for that TV, etc. I can also, and that is where the integrations with Revit and Navisworks come in, upload the model rendering as mentioned, and then I can compare, let's say, before everything has been done, what it currently looks like and what it should look later. And this is all happening in the browser, so I could share this easily with one of my subcontractors who are then able to see what the vision of the project is just on their mobile device. Now, long story short, let's really dive into how that integration with BIM 360 Field works. For this, I'm heading into what I call the edit mode. Here you have the ability to edit this information. You can do the measurements, you can add markups, etc. Let me go ahead and integrate with the BIM 360 instance. I have the ability to select it here, BIM 360. I say connect the accounts. Once I connect the accounts, I have the ability to give access to it. That is just allowing now my Autodesk account to access my HoloBuilder account to access the information that is in the Autodesk account and the other way around. I have my floor plans here. This is now the BIM 360 docs integration, where I have my project files that I can import any images or 360s that I have. I also have the ability to connect the plans that you see here and import those. I will not do this because I already have my plans in here. But as soon as I have integrated, I have now the ability to have my BIM 360 degree object here, which is our 2D and 3D objects with which you can augment the 360 images that you're capturing. So let me go ahead and select the BIM 360 issue. And this will look familiar to you. These are exactly the same fields that you see when you have your BIM 360 issue within BIM 360. So let me go ahead and say that this wall needs painting. And I say, please paint wall. This is just a sample, but it can be really anything. It can be any type of an issue. You can assign it to whoever is in your organization. You can assign who the owner is by when it's due, and then you save it. And once it is saved, you then have the ability to not only have it live within HoloBuilder and have it kind of isolated in HoloBuilder, but what is more, you have the ability to also access that information within your BIM 360 degree instance. So let me go ahead and simply, let me reload that quickly. I have the ability to open the issues that I create here. I already created another issue here, so I might as well look at this one. I have the issue here, and I can say, open this issue in BIM 360 field. So this is my wall needs paint. I open the issue, and then I open it in BIM 360 field. You see it brings me straight here. I now have my BIM 360 field open, and it's opening the issue that we just created here in HoloBuilder. And what is more, there is a link back, so the person that receives it that is due to paint that wall now not only has the information on a written piece of paper, but what is more, they can click on the link that is then leading them straight back into HoloBuilder, and then they are able to see the exact location where that issue has been captured, can look around, how does the current conditions look like, in order to understand what that really what their need is, and whether they have enough space to go in there, and all the other things that could go wrong in case this person came in and maybe the situation is not ready for this wall to be painted. Now, one final thing that I want to go through in this example is that I can also create issues within my model that I import. So here I already went ahead and I created an issue, just like we did in the workflow just now. When I click on that issue, I then see the information that I created, really combining the model with your BIM 360 instance, helping in that design workflow and process that we spoke about earlier. So again, I can open this within BIM 360 field, and then I see it in my exact same issue list, and it works in the same workflows as you're used to and love today from BIM 360. So that's really the integration that you can then toggle back and forth between the two instances. Let me jump back here into the presentation in order to quickly talk about, and I want to leave enough time for questions, but I will show you two more quick videos how to get models into HoloBuilder from your Revit and from your Navisworks instance. So this is a quick video that allows you to see what it looks like. So you basically have your Revit instance where you have HoloBuilder add-ins, where you select locations within the model that you're interested in capturing. That, by the way, is a very similar workflow to our job walk app of how it looks in the field. You select the locations. You then say you want to upload it to HoloBuilder up here. Once you select to upload it, you select the floor plans that you want to import. So this is a great way of starting your project because you can actually import your floor plans straight from Revit. And from there, you can select the locations that you are interested in uploading together with the floor plan. You create your HoloBuilder project from there, and you upload it straight into your HoloBuilder environment, and then giving you that time zero, we like to say, which is the very first capture of your project, where you have your floor plan, just like you have it within Revit, with the locations already attached. Then when you go out into the field for the first time, you just capture towards this renderings, and then you can compare reality versus the model. So in this case here, we see that they're actually, instead of windows as designed, there are doors there. So that is certainly worth a ticket within your BIM 360 instance to say that something went wrong. I'm sure they could have caught that a little earlier. And then we have the same exact thing for Navisworks. The idea in Navisworks of floor plans are a little different, but you can create cutouts, and this video is a little longer, and in the interest of time, let me just quickly jump forward a little bit. You can basically decide which layer of your model you want to take as a floor plan. You then select renderings and viewpoints, they're called, within Navisworks. Once you select them, you then have the ability to upload them into HoloBuilder, and the exact same experience. Once you have uploaded the information to HoloBuilder, it then, and these videos are available, I can share them with you later, you have that viewpoints as well as the cutout of the floor plans that you made already with the locations in the right place available to share and to document your progress documentation on top of. And that is really all I have time today to walk through, but we have plenty of time for Q&A. So I will be handing it back over to Josh to walk through a couple of questions that you might have.
Yeah, awesome, Christian. That was fantastic. Really exciting. Yeah, Christian's got our contact information up on the screen there. We'll tackle some of the Q&A right now, but if you guys are interested in getting started with a trial or an overview demo from anyone at HoloBuilder, then Christian's the right person to get in touch with. So the first question, it's a bit of a housekeeping question. Christian, I'll take this one. The question came in, will you be sharing your presentation for us to download? We try to keep the presentations from being downloaded simply because we don't want people to potentially make assumptions and update our presentations on our behalf. So instead, what we do is if you go out and do a Google search for BIM 360 Community Hub, that will take you to a vast website with tons of different BIM 360 information. On that website, if you go under the webcast area, we post every webinar we do with our integration partners out there. So you'll have to bear with us a little bit. We'll do some fine tuning of today's presentation, but we will share that out once we post it. And as joining today, we'll also send a link out to the recording. So hopefully that answers that question. A good one. The next question that came in, Christian, is what kind of projects use HoloBuilder?
Okay, great question. Yeah, so I guess the question came because I have shown a very small office remodeling. So that's usually not the kind of projects that do use HoloBuilder. Even though we have a lot of office remodelings and kind of build outs in the platform, most of our projects are vertical constructions such as hospitals, airports, data centers. We have a few retail stores, actually some high-end retail stores. We have factories in there, and we also have a ton of horizontal construction projects, railroads, streets, earth-moving tunnels. Really, they come in all shapes and sizes. It's really a very flexible platform that is as flexible as taking pictures in the end of the day. And therefore it's we see it applied in tons of use cases. We even have some shipbuilding. We have crazy use cases in HoloBuilder. But I would say that the main projects are larger vertical and horizontal construction.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. The next question that came in is who can use the HoloBuilder BIM 360 integration?
Really everyone, especially if you're on this webinar, most likely you have, and many of you mentioned that they have BIM 360 field. So with any BIM 360 field instance, you can use it. And in HoloBuilder, the same thing. With any HoloBuilder license, you can use it. So anyone is able to use the integration if they have both BIM 360 and HoloBuilder.
Got it. Yep. And I mean, besides being a customer, there's no additional charge to use the integrations, right? It's if you own both softwares, then that's an added feature by owning the applications.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of our big principles, really. We believe that it's important not to create any data silos in order to have all the best-in-class solutions out there talk to each other and be able to share that information back and forth between the platforms, because we understand that it's very hard for people looking into construction technology to make the call, and there's no one-fits-all solution. So our customers out there want to be using all best-in-class technology in order to digitize different parts of their processes. So yeah, we don't charge for any additional integrations.
All right, there you go. The next question that came in, Christian, you'll have to take this one. What camera can I use for capturing?
Okay, great. Yeah, so we are a software-only platform, and we integrate with the best-in-class hardware out there. As mentioned, we recommend the Ricoh Theta-V just because it's a very easy-to-use camera. Everyone that you hand it to is able to use it right away. Ricoh has been doing this for a very long time. We were the first company introducing the Ricoh to the construction space. Since then, we have seen quite a few other manufacturers actually producing 360-degree cameras, which also are very, very good. And we integrate with all of them. This can be a Samsung, this can be an LG, this can be a Garmin. Most recently, Insta360 has released a very cool camera. It's called Insta360 Pro, which gives you 8K resolution, which we integrate with also. It's really, there are tons and tons of cameras coming to market. Ricoh has done a phenomenal job open that category. We are great partners with them. But really and I'm happy if you want to reach out to me for your specific project, what suits your needs best. Happy to consult you specifically on that. Really, if you go with the Ricoh to get started, you can't do anything wrong. In fact, we will be going together with Ricoh to Autodesk University, where you will be able to meet the Ricoh folks over there.
Okay, and this is a follow-up question to that one, Christian. So, and I'm sure you could demonstrate this to them at AU, but when using the Ricoh, is it in picture mode or video mode? And is training included with a purchase of Holobuilder?
Very good questions. Yes, training let me answer the last first. Training is included. We have a customer success team that is dedicating to making sure that you and your team in the field that is doing the capturing is ready and set and off to the races and can use Holobuilder. There are many ways of talking to Holobuilder. There is a dedicated customer success representative where you have that person's email and phone that you can reach out to. So some person that is always available for you. Then you have a chat that is on our website, as well as in the app that I just shown you, where you can ask questions at all time. So there's always someone available, and also there's training available. There are webinars available. So yeah, we'll make sure that you're off to the races and can do your capturing. The good thing is, though, that the solution is really easy to use and that you are able to do the capturing and teach someone how to use it in 10 or 15 minutes, no problem. And then to the other question, it is in picture mode. In order to select the mode in the camera, put it to picture mode, and then you add information on top of the previous pictures that you've captured. And that way is really lightweight in terms of the data that you have to upload and download. So really easy on your data plan if you have to open the project offline. And also it's very structured and organized in order to make those issues on top of each other. That is the most effective way of capturing construction progress in an organized manner. So yeah, picture mode.
That's awesome. This is an interesting question. I love these kind of workarounds or like creativity around these applications. So this one came in, Christian. So other than site progress, what other applications is Holobuilder used for? Can it be used for training?
Yes, yes, great. Actually, this is a really great question. We have done seen amazing training projects that our customers have shared with us, and they were like, hey, I don't know if you actually planned for us to do this, but this is what we did. There's this one project that comes to mind where a company has taken 360s around an excavator, one within the cockpit of the excavator, and then from all angles. And the fascinating bit was when you sit in the excavator, it looked like there was nobody around you. But then when you looked at one of the 360 projects around the excavator, you actually noticed that there were 10, 15 people all around that were just in the dead angles of the cockpit that you couldn't see. So that was really a training use case that 360 degree and Holobuilder have been used in order to demonstrate how dangerous it is not to make sure that there are people around, because from the inside it might look like there's nobody around your excavator, but it's fairly easy to see through that project that there could be many people around. And we have seen many more use cases for safety, especially training the team to know what it looks like before they head out on site is just a really big help to set the right mind put the people in the right mindset, make them aware and make them understand what they are out to expect when they head out on site, really helps with the safety stand-ups as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think another creative use case that I've seen outside of the scope of progress collection is really understanding existing job site conditions, right? So whether it's before even anyone breaks ground, or if it's, to understand maybe a staging area for equipment or materials, getting that full 360-degree perspective is pretty powerful.
Yes, and if I may add to it, also for bidding and estimation, doing, as you mentioned, like before, like maybe a brownfield construction site, where you want to just document the existing conditions, what is above the ceiling, what is behind the wall. Just give a 360 camera to the person that does the job walk before you hand in a bid, for instance, or capture your space if you're an owner, and then send the information out to the people bidding on it, making sure that everyone understands the scope of work and the current existing conditions in order for the bids to become more accurate. So that's a big one that we see too.
There you go. I mean, I'm sure there's millions of use cases for it.
Yeah, we could go on and on.
Yeah. So the next question that came in, Christian, and you'll have to help me out with this one because I don't know the answer yet. Will there be future functionality if an issue is created in HoloBuilder and BIM 360 and synchronized? Will that issue, can you close an issue in one application and it updates the status in the other application?
Yes, absolutely. So, and in fact, that is already possible today. When you create and change the status within, let's say, your BIM 360 instance, and then you open the same issue within your HoloBuilder instance, it will show that it is, let's say it's put into complete, and that it is complete. So yes, it is possible to do that, and there will be much more further capabilities on both the HoloBuilder side as well as the integration with BIM 360. And we are working really close with you, Josh, and Jared, and the rest of the Autodesk team in order to make that happen. And it's a pleasure working with Autodesk on that. And stay tuned. There's lots to come, for sure.
Yeah, awesome. So want to make sure that we take care of the questions. So we'll probably pull the remainder of them down offline and get back to you guys one-on-one. Lots of awesome questions. Before we wrap things up, I wanted to make sure that I get a chance to ask Christian around what he's doing in kind of the mid-November timeframe and what his plans are at AU.
Yes, well, I'm German, but I got used to the Thanksgiving tradition. I really like it. So I will certainly in mid-November time enjoy Thanksgiving. But before that, yes, we will be going to AU, and we are excited to go to AU. We have quite a few presentations. I listed two here. One at Connect and Construct that is happening on Monday, where Elissa, our head of customer success, going back to your earlier question, is there support? You will actually meet Elissa, who is running our customer success team, who's giving a presentation on stage in order to also present some of the new cool things that are actually happening. And some of the roadmap things that the other question, are there future developments? That is something that will be revealed there, and we're really excited about it. And then another presentation by Will Plato, one of our customers from Hansel Phelps, who has been working with HoloBuilder on our AI capabilities. And Hansel Phelps has been a wonderful partner in building out great features. Again, as mentioned, we never build any feature or anything without the buy-in of our customers, and Hansel Phelps really is a big thought leader in this space. We've been working with Will as well as Andrew Cameron here from the SFO project for quite some time now to build out amazing features, and we'll present one of them there, and Will is going to present it. Say hi. I will personally be at AU together with a rather large team at booth B901. So I'm excited and hopefully meet some of you in person there.
That's awesome. So Christian, really want to thank you for presenting HoloBuilder today. I know you've got your lottery ticket and you anticipate winning, so you might not be at work tomorrow. But really appreciate you joining the call. Really appreciate the audience and the great questions. And look forward to seeing everybody at AU. I'll be there leading 6 different sessions. I'll get into town Sunday, so if anybody wants to grab a beer and talk about BIM 360, happy to do that too. Christian, thanks again, and look forward to seeing everybody at AU. Thanks.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you very much.